Do I need to start the intro?
Yes, do the intro.
Yay! What is up, Evolution of Gaming? EOG Weymouth here with our podcast once again. We have
For the first
EOG
time.
Raid Mastery, David, and a guest from Craftersforge. I don't know if you want me to say your actual name.
Yeah, that's fine, man.
Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas Douglas or the Forge Master Tom, however you want to call me.
What's your YouTube name is Craftersforge, right?
Yep, Craftersforge.
So
All
what
right,
do you do on your YouTube channel again?
Right now I am just paint miniatures and trying to improve my paint game and all that stuff. But I'm making a couple of videos for some content on crafting, and I'm pretty excited to get into that field of the hobby. So yeah, all in all, just anything tabletop related.
Nice.
Yeah, I've played a few tabletop games in my day, Warhammer being one of the most significant.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a couple of miniatures I've been working on right now, actually.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I can never paint right, but that's usually because I'm colorblind, so when I bring them to the table, they're like, what the heck did you paint this?
Well, I do commission work, so if you ever need some miniatures painted, hit me up.
You'd have to do shipping costs because rain's in Texas.
Where can people hit you up to do
fine.
that? Just through you on YouTube or whatever?
Actually, I have an email. An email address. It's craftersforge@gmail.com. You can hit me up there. You can also hit me up on. I also have a Facebook group, which is Craftersforge Facebook group, whatever. And I also have Twitter, and yeah, that's Crafters_Forge. But yeah,
Nice.
if you want to do commission work, I do ship. So like the last commission that I did was in Arizona. So I do it all.
Do you have an Etsy store?
Not yet.
Not yet, but you're working on that?
Working on that right now.
Perfect. I'm pretty sure that for our listeners, we can definitely drop some links in for you for the video and the cast.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
If you want to drop those in the general text chat, I can totally put those in the video links and in the link dump for the podcast.
All right. Yeah, I can definitely.
Or you can send them to me on Facebook. That will work too, and I can just copy and paste them and send them to you, David, or forward them to you.
Yeah. Okay. I'm friends with Mike, so I can send them to him too. So.
Yeah. All right.
If that works
also.
out. Yeah. Thanks,
David,
guys, for letting me join in on this. This is my first time doing a podcast, so I'm a little nervous. So.
Oh, that's all good.
Yeah, this is most of our first times doing a podcast too.
Except for the back when we did podcasts on
what was it?
Promotional. It was 2 or 3, all right, David.
No, it was one podcast.
It was
you never
3.
Put another one out. No,
yeah, I did.
We did a second one that never came out.
I thought the third one never came out. I thought it
the second
died
one
after that.
The second one was about the Game Awards. That never
we did
came
it.
Out.
We did it, and it never came out. Whatever. This is our attempt at bringing it back.
Yeah, this is the first episode of the new and improved.
We also have 2 conventions that Evolution of Gaming is going to be a part of. We got the BTCT Con, our halfway con in October, to the 19th and the 20th. And in November, we're going to be at the Toy Con that's going to be in Portland. I don't remember the location though. I think.
Oh, nice. Yeah, right now I'm trying to get into the halfway con myself. I'm gonna try to make couple tables up there.
That'd be awesome.
Are there any cons that you're in that are coming up for you, Craftersforge?
Yeah, I'm in the same area as Mike. So.
Oh yeah,
much the same. Yeah, the same. Yeah, the halfway con and all that stuff. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we met at a Downey's Fantasy Con.
Downey's,
Fantasy Con. Yep.
You know, if
honestly, if you guys want to partner up, you guys could probably share a booth space.
Probably.
Save money.
Yeah, I need to leave at least like 2 tables.
Yeah, he has a lot of
Yeah,
stuff.
he had a lot of
I
stuff
saw his
there.
stuff at the other.
And that's
con.
not that wasn't even half of my stuff. Like, I only brought like what I thought I needed. I still didn't.
I guess I can,
Yeah,
if you guys want, I can start us on our first topic.
You were
Yeah,
painting
yeah.
stuff while you were there, weren't you?
Yep, that's what I'm gonna try to do again. This time I'm actually gonna try to sell stuff.
Oh, nice.
But yeah.
Yeah, Rain, if
Hopefully
you
you
want to.
get into that con though. But what does Rain want to talk about?
Oh, I
Yeah,
can,
Rain,
I
if
can
you-
start us on our first topic if you'd like.
Yeah, if you want to get us on the first topic, the first 4 news stories are pretty much the first topic.
Unless
Oh,
Rain's
they
throwing
all-
an
they
audible
all
and coming up with
blend
his own
into the
thing.
topic.
All right. Well, then let me go here. So apparently, earlier this month, there was worry that Spider-Man was going to be leaving the MCU of the Marvel Universe. So
Yeah.
Sony and Disney did not agree with each other on the current rights to Spider-Man. So we actually almost locked him in the Marvel character universe.
I don't think they've come to a deal yet, have they?
From what I know, they actually have came to a deal. Disney, I think, is giving Sony a really decent chunk of money, so they'll be able to use.
Wait, so Sony actually owns Spider-Man?
Yeah, they own the rights
Yes.
to Spider. Yeah, back in the early late to early 90s, I think it was in the 90s. Marvel was about to go bankrupt because their comic sales are doing pretty bad. So they sold pretty much all the film rights to all their characters. That's why 21st Century Fox owned the film rights to Fantastic Four and the X-Men, and Sony got the rights to Spider-Man. That's why the original Spider-Man trilogy came out in the early 2000s.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Now,
I
I really
didn't-
thought it was funny that Disney actually wanted Spider-Man so bad, knowing that Tom Holland is probably the worst person to keep secrets about a script.
Yeah. Yeah, but to be fair, though, Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man that we've had.
Oh yeah, I
Of the
absolutely love
live-action
it.
Spider-Man.
Looks perfect because I mean the one thing that what was it, Toby? He was just a
Toby
little
didn't.
old.
Yeah, he didn't look like a teenage nerd, which is what Spider-Man's supposed to be.
Yeah, but like I said, Tom Holland cannot
agree with
keep a secret for life. He's actually probably the number one person to give out leaks dealing with the Avengers.
Yeah, him and Mark Ruffalo.
And
Yeah. I love going on YouTube and watching those videos of Mark Ruffalo leaking spoilers, and then his face being like, "Oh, I shouldn't have said that," like literally on like Jimmy Kimmel.
To the point where they had to give Tom Holland only bits and parts of his script, so he did not know what was going on personally.
Yeah, he spoilers for Avengers Endgame. When the death scene, like the funeral scene at the end of the movie, I'm not gonna say who dies for anyone who hasn't seen it, but he thought it was a wedding scene. He didn't know it was actually a
Yes.
funeral scene because they told him it was a wedding, which is pretty funny.
This whole topic's like above me because I don't know a whole lot about Spider-Man.
Yeah. So this topic for me more goes into Sony's I think Sony's bullshitting the press on this, because the next news story is their statement, which is pretty much like it was Disney's decision not to continue their talks at first, and yeah, that's total bullshit. Like, it's been in the news or rumored since Homecoming came out that they were gonna rip Spider-Man away from the MCU.
That's not what I'm laughing at, David. I'm
What are you
looking at the
laughing at?
general chat.
Looking at the general chat?
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Thanks, Raid. I love you.
Hey, at least Rain actually read the articles on like Universal.
I to be honest, I didn't even know about it. My wife told me all about it.
Oh yeah.
I was just like, what? I didn't have a clue Sony owned him.
Yeah. Well, to go into why I think this is bullshit by Sony, like literally a day after this news broke, it was it was revealed that Spider-Man, the sequel to Homecoming was coming out, which is the third news story, or was in the works. And a script can't be in the works if it's already been known it's going to happen for a while. Like, you don't get a script going unless it's been 3 or 4 months before you know that you're going to retain the rights, or you're not going to be working with Disney.
Now, one thing that's
Why
really
wouldn't you
upsets
work with Disney?
me
Because they would
about
just
this
buy you.
is people are getting pissed off at Sony
Yeah,
because
the
they do not want to relinquish rights.
hashtag
know-
boycott Sony. Yeah,
That's fine. Xbox #1, even though Ryan decided he wanted to
have a
diverge.
PlayStation. Hey, PlayStation has better games though. I will say.
I'm
that.
just waiting for the Xbox to come in the mail.
Well, when I get the money,
Uh,
you'll have an Xbox.
But no, I mean honestly, I'm with Sony on this. I'm sick and tired of Disney going around thinking that they can buy everything that they want,
Mm-hmm.
and
That's because they can.
Yeah.
especially
Yeah, because they can.
because Sony wants the reason that they don't want to give up the rights is Sony wants to continue making games and not having to pay Disney, stipends and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And they want to make their own Spider-Man movies too.
yeah, but
Be-
out of the 8 Spider-Man movies that they made on their own, 3 of them are good, and one of them won an Academy Award. Like, Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2, and Into the Spider-Verse are the only 3 good to great Spider-Man movies, in my opinion.
See, I thoroughly enjoyed. I'm blanking out right now.
If you say you enjoyed Amazing Spider-Man, leave.
Oh no.
You know what I enjoyed a lot? The Spider-Man that was on the N64.
Oh yeah, that was fun. One with Mysterio and shit.
Sure.
Yeah. When Mysterio becomes like 10 feet tall.
Yes. Whatever one that we used to play back in forever ago, David.
That's the
I
one.
think you know which one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one.
I think that was actually on the PlayStation, the one we played.
No, that was on N64 too.
Did we play it on the N64? I owned it on the N64, but I think I sold it.
I think I played it.
But we 100% would not have this fight around if we didn't lose, one of the greatest legends in comic books or earlier this year.
I feel like if Stan Lee was around, he'd go to Sony and be like, "Guys, what are you doing?"
I don't even think he'd go to Sony. I just think he'd send them both down because the thing is, what Stan Lee wanted is everyone to have, be able to be a part of the Marvel Universe. Because his whole thing is, he wants kids, adults, everyone to read these and be inspired. He has not only people with superpowers, but he has people that overcome great challenges in life to become some of those powerful human beings. And, that's why he thoroughly loved visiting children's hospitals. Because honestly, and actually one of his interviews, he said that's his biggest inspirations is these kids, even on their deathbeds are talking about being grand heroes. And it's something that everyone can relate to.
And
he loved inspiring people.
Just to put in a little thing, we ended up raising $43 for Extra Life, by the way, guys.
That has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Honestly,
Drain just said Children's Hospital, so I threw it in there.
Honestly, for people listening to the podcast, y'all think $43, we're a small growing company. And so $43 making it, making $43 for us and being able to, take that out of the profits that is earned is a great deal to us. And we were happy that we were able to send that over to the children.
Small company that's been building for 6 years.
Yeah, we've been around for a while.
Well, to be fair, we just recently started monetizing, if I understand right.
Basically.
Yeah.
What did we do? We went from
a community
being a
of
gaming
people.
community and creating what we have now.
All right. Do we want to move on from Spider-Man and move on to the
that's kind of how I'm
Weymouth
just
is
starting
not
this
really
whole little filler thing.
and move on to GameStop.
But
GameStop. Actually, this one hits home for me because I actually used to be a manager.
You used to work for GameStop, didn't you?
Yeah, and actually, a lot of my friends were part of the layoffs.
Really?
Yeah, I live right next to the corporate office.
I'm honestly surprised the Bangor store hasn't closed.
Yeah.
In
or
fact,
at least the one in the mall.
One of the old stores that I managed closed.
Wow.
right.
How many
in
GameStops
Halton.
are in Maine?
3.
There's only 3? There's
Yeah,
one in the mall.
Portland.
Oh, Portland has one? I didn't know
Portland.
Portland had one.
They
There,
probably,
yeah,
they
there's a
probably
decent
have
amount
one.
of GameStops in Maine, actually.
Oh, yeah, probably.
I think there's 11, if I remember
Pretty
correctly.
sure. Because I don't remember ever seeing them. I remember looking up GameStops and only ever finding the 2 that are in Bangor, the one that's on Stillwater, and then the one that's in the mall. I think the mall's on Stillwater anyway. And there was one other one. I think it was in, I want to say Skowhegan.
I think a lot of the GameStops in malls are going to be slowly going away.
Actually,
and
our mall
transferring
is
to
actually
thinking.
is
Well, the reason
coming
being
back.
is
I'm
a
surprised.
lot of malls are raising their rent because malls, if you didn't know, used to be considered a town center and used to get stipends from the government to help, cover cost. And since that was actually about 8 years ago, they stopped giving that bounce back, so they weren't getting money from the government at all. So they had to raise prices in a lot of rent.
But what I'm actually going off of is our mall was dying in Bangor for quite a while.
Yeah,
and
the
like
Bangor
lately,
Mall
I've been seeing a lot of people go in there. I was just like, this is different. Like just a few days ago, I went over there and I'm like, holy crap.
It's because
It
the
depends on
time
the
of
day.
online shopping, believe it or not, is kind of slowing down. If you didn't see, Amazon is struggling with sales recently because a lot of people aren't buying clothing online anymore, and so malls are the only place you can really go.
Yeah,
They had
unless
to
you
buy
want to go to
clothes.
like Walmart, which is not a good place to buy clothes.
Fuck you, David.
What?
I mean, that honestly, that's an issue on
I can't say
clothing
much.
brands
I
and
get all my clothes from work.
That's an issue with clothing brands and manufacturers having different sizes for everything. A small at somewhere
Well,
is
that's
a
the fact
large
that
in
just
another.
buying clothes online, you can't try it on to see if it actually fits you before.
Absolutely.
So that's like clothing,
Or the weight.
not gaming wise.
Maybe
Yeah.
for
But let's get back to GameStop and these layoffs. Most of the layoffs were in the Grapevine corporate office. And from what I know, a large slash was from Gameinformer magazine. But I mean, truthfully, there's not a lot of money going to Gameinformer magazine because, a lot of the stipends from Gameinformer magazine, they go, if you sell a pro card, you automatically get subscribed to Gameinformer magazine, meaning and from what I know, at least 50% of that sale goes back to the stores.
You know what's annoying though? Is that I got a subscription for Gameinformer, but somehow David's getting them every month.
Yeah, I don't
understand.
This was a big thing back when I was first starting at GameStop, and this might be what happened to you, is they were pushing digital Gameinformer more than paper.
Yeah,
and
they
so
were. That's how I ended up with digital.
And we actually had a huge meeting over this when I used to work there, is a lot of the times people wouldn't even ask if you wanted paper. They would just give you digital, and if they did that, you're stuck on digital until you go there, renew, and say, hey, I want paper.
Could I ask something real quick?
Yeah.
Are you allowed to talk about this?
I don't work for the company anymore.
Wait, okay.
But
I didn't know if you had an
I'm not getting
NDA
any
agreement with
classified
the company.
information.
Oh, okay.
From what I know, at least.
He's gonna put himself in like a lawsuit and he doesn't even realize it.
To be fair though, they don't know the name Rain Mastery though.
They might.
No. But the issue is like, GameStop has been through another CEO, and they're continuously swapping their higher ups because, truthfully, the gaming side of GameStop is dwindling to nothing.
Didn't GameStop recently try to sell themselves and it didn't work out?
It did not go through, and so they fired the CEO and hired a new one.
You know what I didn't ever understood is every GameStop I ended up popping up into, like somebody would bring up the GameStop being sold, and they'd be like, "No, that's not happening. GameStop's not trying to sell itself." It's like, dude, it's not. It's like it's on your TV screen right now, being talked about.
Yeah, well, from what I know, I wasn't working at the time that they were trying to sell, but they weren't really supposed to talk about it at all.
Yeah,
because the issue is they don't want people to think that GameStop's going out of business.
But it is.
And the thing is, online sales are killing GameStop. You know,
Yeah, because you
the
can get
pre
things cheaper.
exactly,
Even
and on top of
even
that, there used
through
to be GameStop
GameStop's
exclusive
website, though,
pre-orders,
you can get
and
stuff. Like if you go to GameStop's website, you can versus eBay, you can get stuff cheaper on eBay versus going to GameStop's website, which makes absolutely no sense. You think they would want to compete with the eBay prices, but no, it's like $5 or $10 more expensive to go to eBay versus going to, or no, versus go to GameStop versus going to eBay. You can get stuff a lot more cheaper on eBay than you can on GameStop.
Didn't
yeah,
GameStop have like a esports rebranding in the last couple months too?
They had an esports thing.
Yeah,
no,
they were like
not that I
rebranding
know.
to esports or something. I remember hearing about that in the
They
news.
tried to, do sponsorship from what I know, but I don't think it really lasted. But Game Informer is not going away. They have said that, but the issue is there's just not a lot of money going towards Game Informer anymore, making the layoffs a big thing.
Well, I've been getting free copies of Game Informer in the
Well,
mail,
yeah,
like
And
actual
I haven't
physical
gotten
copies.
mine at all.
you get free copies anytime you sign up for a pro card there, which is
David
their
never had a
biggest push.
pro card.
I do have a pro card. I forgot about that.
Yeah, but I have a pro card through GameStop, and I'm not getting mine. I
It's
even
because you're probably
specifically
getting digital.
Yeah, you're probably getting
no.
digital.
When I went back to GameStop, I specifically said I want the paper ones again.
Well,
Well, they
the
probably
issue
didn't put it
is
down.
you cannot change it in the middle of a subscription.
Well, I wasn't in the
Yeah.
middle of subscription. I went
Yeah,
like
you probably were.
no,
You probably
no,
yes, because a pro
no.
subscription lasted the whole year.
David, I hadn't renewed my subscription for like 2 or 3 years since then. I just like at that time renewed my subscription. So, and I want the paper ones again, and I
Yeah.
never got them.
Then they probably
Yeah.
just might not have checked.
They probably
them
didn't put them down. What do you think about this Craftersforge?
I have no idea. Like, it's been a while since I actually got Game Informer in the mail. It's been like 12 years. That's
Yeah.
how
And
long it's been
it
for me
really
to
sucks
get
because
the card.
when we were growing up, the best thing to do was to pre-order at GameStop and go there at midnight to pick it up.
Yeah, exactly.
That was
Yeah,
the
like
coolest
Call of
in the world,
Duty.
hanging
Yeah.
out with people, stuff like that, and running a store and hosting those pre-order parties and having like 2 or 3 people show up. Was,
Yeah, but you remember those days? Like people would, like just for Call of Duty, there'd be a line all the way out to like the street waiting to get in to get Call of Duty.
Yeah, and now for like the GameStop here in Bangor, they only do it if
Nothing
the
happens.
if the company pays, like if the actual physical game company pays for it. Because like for Smash Brothers, they didn't
Is
have.
Bangalore in a mall?
No, Bangor.
No,
The Bangor one is
Bangor has
outside.
2.
It's in a city
Bangor has 2
plaza.
of them.
Okay, yeah, because that's silly to me because they don't pay for you to host a party. They have never, from what I remember. From what I was always told by my management is it is up to you whether you host a party or not.
Oh, well, what I was asked was, well, I asked, are you guys gonna have a pre-order party for Smash Brothers? And they said no, we didn't get enough pre-orders, so Nintendo didn't pay for it, so we're not gonna have one.
So that is a lie. Nintendo doesn't pay for parties like that. It's up to the people.
They just didn't get enough pre-orders for the game.
The manager was probably like, I don't think there's enough pre-orders for here. It's not worth me wasting the precious hours that I get for the store to keep it running an extra 2 hours. Or 3, depending on when they close.
Like when that whole Amiibo thing was going on, David, I bet that they were open during the whole Amiibo craze.
Probably. I have no idea.
Because the most that the actual manufacturers of the games do for GameStop is they'll send them swag bags to get the employees pumped, T-shirts.
Yeah. And these
whatever.
Send like promotional posters and stuff, right?
And and then sometimes like Activision or something like that, they'll like let you put in the game early so people can play it before it releases and stuff like that. But I have never once heard of an actual gaming company paying GameStop to stay open to release their product.
Because isn't like each individual GameStop owned by a specific person?
No, it is a
Yeah, they're not franchised, are they? They're corporate.
no.
I thought they
They're
were,
corporate. They're
or at least the
corporate.
one in the mall is. Like it's like it was deemed as this person's store.
Probably,
It's
like,
probably the
ran the
probably
store,
a
they
district
didn't own it.
manager or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
There's difference between a franchise and a company-owned store with a manager.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And the manager of the GameStop store in the mall probably wants the same one in the plaza down the street.
No,
Yeah, exactly.
they're two of the same. I think they work together or something like that. Like
Yeah.
a lot of their
They're
old or
probably
used stuff goes into the mall.
Well, they're probably co-regional managers because
Yeah.
for a company you have a regional manager that runs all the GameStops in that area.
Yeah, because as far as I know, is like a
Yeah.
good chunk of the used stuff goes into the mall, and a lot of the new stuff stays in the store.
Yeah,
That's
'cause
on.
you will
They would
rarely
turn your phone
see
off.
a regional manager in a store, because usually you have a manager at a store, and then you have a district manager that's over like 12 stores, usually 8 to 12 stores,
Yeah,
and then you have a regional manager that's over like 400 stores.
Yeah.
And I mean, whenever my regional manager came into town, it was a big thing for me. Because your store had to be precise because you only get maybe once a year to impress it.
Yeah.
Well, Maine's a little bit different because we're really small. We're not Texas.
Well, the regional manager in Maine probably runs all the stores in Maine. I don't know how many
Probably.
stores there are in Maine,
I don't-
but he probably runs all of them.
I mean, I'm sure I could find out real quick.
Yeah, it's probably something like KFC, Taco Bell. They had like a general manager that owned like pretty much the Bangor, Brewer, and I think Augusta areas. It's probably something like that.
Yeah, because in Bangor, like the Bangor Brewer area, one company called the Mega Corporation owns all the McDonald's in the area.
Yeah.
So, if you apply to McDonald's, in
Rand's
Bangor,
right. 1, 2,
in Bangor or Brewer,
5,
you apply to the Mega
7,
Corporation.
8,
Yeah, see, when I
10,
used to
11.
work at
Rain was right.
KFC,
There
Taco
is like
Bell,
11 GameStops in
a,
Maine.
Michael, stop.
Oh, sorry.
So what are you saying?
Go ahead.
Crafters?
No, back when I used to work at KFC, Taco Bell, we had a general manager that ran like pretty much all of the KFC, Taco Bell's franchises in the Penobscot County area. So you had to go through the whole Penobscot County. So yeah, pretty much the same thing, probably with these companies too. It's probably not as corporate. I don't know.
But
I mean, GameStop
as I was
is
saying,
not...
Rain, you were right. There is 11 stores in Maine.
Yeah, I mean, give it or not, GameStop does go through layoffs actually quite frequently from the corporate office. They'll downsize, resize, downsize, resize. It's not uncommon. However, this is the first time it's been significant, specifically towards a certain department.
They probably didn't reach their quota for that quarter or something like that.
So
like I
they had
said,
to make cuts.
Whenever you make a pro card sale, a portion of that is supposed to go to Gameinformer, and from what I know, they're trying to cut, Gameinformer slowly, switch it all to digital, and just have a very small team working on it.
Yeah, why do they even have a magazine anymore? Why don't they just have a website like everybody else?
Because a lot of people, whenever they tried to just completely kill the magazine, people got upset because you have collectors.
They liked it. It's like the same thing with gaming collecting, like collecting all the hard copies of a game. Everyone doesn't want everything to go digital because they want the hard copy of the game.
Which is silly because you hear
it isn't
before Gameinformer
I like
comes
a physical
out, you've
copy
already heard everything that Gameinformer is going to cover.
Yeah, but
for Gameinformer, yes.
People aren't buying magazines anymore, though. Like, look at Nintendo Power.
I mean,
Nintendo Power.
Yeah, Nintendo. If Nintendo's ahead of you on shit, that's bad.
Yeah, because I mean, truthfully, they aren't selling magazines. It's a free service that you get for getting their upgraded card.
They're just bleeding money through printing a magazine they don't need.
No, Gameinformer is pretty much useless now with like YouTube and the internet as a whole.
Well, I mean, you don't want one news organization like IGN or Kotaku.
Do they have
No.
do they have a contract with them or something? Do they have to wait until their contract's up or something?
Or is Gameinformer a subsidiary of GameStop, right? Rain?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, but why would GameStop want to continue working with something that's not gonna help them whatsoever anymore?
Yeah, and that's why I mainly think the downsizing is they're trying to slowly weed it out, but we won't know until they say anything. GameStop usually doesn't like to talk about what's happening in the office.
Yeah, is GameStop usually behind the times, Rain, in corporate? Like, is that like a thing talked about in the
What do you
company?
mean behind the times?
Like the corporate is behind the times with like the magazine and
Well, it took
trading in for games and stuff like that.
it took GameStop how long to get back into like
And
bringing
having
back
like a digital store that works
Yeah.
and stuff.
I'm surprised GameStop doesn't have its own digital store like on like as like a Steam, basically. Like, how do they not have that yet?
I just don't think they had the power to make it when it did, and now trying to start one up would be suicidal.
Yeah,
But
especially
work
since
with
you got
like Xbox or Sony or something like
Well,
that.
the thing
they
is,
don't
you have
need
to
them.
you have to get rights for that stuff, and
Yeah.
Sony and Xbox would be like, no, I don't need another store taking my sales from me.
But
Yeah.
they would take a percentage of their sales. Like,
Yeah, but they don't need that. More
Yeah,
people are
whenever
buying through the
people are
Xbox
buying it
store.
through the Xbox, why would and
Yeah,
get
they
Yeah,
don't
get
why do they need
4%?
GameStop?
Why would they?
So GameStop's
wanna-
just gonna die.
It's gonna go away.
Yes and no. ThinkGeek has been a very big success for them.
Yeah, they're probably gonna pivot more
Think
into that stuff.
as long
Because
as
if you go into a GameStop now, like a main GameStop store, not a mall one, the first thing you see is like figures,
that's even ours now.
statuettes and pop figures and T-shirts. Like most of the stuff
Like their
in
whole
the
gaming
Plaza
section,
one
like,
is
dropped.
it's mostly T-shirts and pop figures. Like a whole wall is just T-shirts and pop figures.
But what I want to know is
And
why
it's literally like a not a big store either.
is with this whole retro boom. I said that wrong. Retro boom that's been going on. Why don't they have retro games in GameStop right now? Why do you have to just order them online
only?
Yeah,
but that's dumb.
They're not very good.
There's a big reason for that is because there's not a lot of retro games coming in, so you would have some stores with a crazy amount of retro games, and some stores with absolutely none.
But why wouldn't you just send them to like your biggest, like send some of your retro stuff to your biggest sales store with high traffic, have them in there so people can come in and get them.
Well, because
instead of ordering it
then
and waiting,
you have to allocate wall space.
Yeah, because when you
Michael,
when you trade in games to GameStop, like say you physically go into a GameStop, trade in the game, get money. That money is coming from that store, not from GameStop. So if you take that game away from the GameStop that gave the money away and give it to another store, you're giving the other store the money that the GameStop took out.
Okay.
Because it is a corporate-based, company. However, each store is individually watched and marketed. Yeah. And so, like he said, if I was the manager of a store and I was like, "Hey, I want to buy this from you," I put the money out, and then I'm sending product out. So I just took complete red. And why that guy's getting 100% positive? Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I feel like there's a way you could have figured it where that store still get a positive out of it, and
you just buy them online. Like you trade
them
in, go online.
And I get it. No, I get it now. But yeah.
But the thing is, with the online store, if you go into a GameStop and you have them purchase it in store for you, so you can do a transaction in store, they just have to do what's called GameStop Web in Store, and the profit from the sale goes directly to the store.
Yeah,
I
still think eBay
eBay's the way to go
needs to stop. If GameStop wants to survive on the internet platform, they need to stop overpricing their games because eBay's just going to kill them, and Amazon as well, because you can still get some.
To be fair, they are selling them at the price they're on eBay. Like I bought
No, they're
a
not.
Smash Brothers game that was like $60, and you get what for 50. So they're putting it so they can make money off of it.
Yes, but they're not buying it for $50.
Even though that I bought that game, it was broken. But
also you look
That's
at
beside the
eBay.
point.
yeah,
Well, eBay problem is, if you're trying to compete with eBay prices, usually the person that's selling it on eBay by himself has owned that game, so all that money goes to him. But GameStop paid money for that merchandise, so they
I
can't
paid
give it
money
at
for
a
that
lower
merchandise.
price.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
but you
you're
aren't
selling
everybody.
it. Yeah, you're not everybody. You're a single entity. They're a
There's a
giant
lot of
corporation with
people.
thousands of employees.
Yes.
You have to pay. So
And
of
on top
course,
of that,
the point.
whenever they make
when you
that
trade,
purchase, it needs to be a decent price.
Yeah,
They can't. No one's going to sell a game for 50 cents.
But who's
Yeah,
gonna buy from GameStop when they can go on eBay and get it though?
Michael,
That's the point I don't get.
you've watched a lot of Shark Tank, and so have I over the last couple weeks.
Yes.
You know when they say, like when they talk about margins? So when a GameStop store buys a retro game, they have to make a good enough margin on that game. They can't make a $1 to $2
No,
margin off of
I
it.
get that.
They have to make at least a $10 to $15 margin off it to pay all of their employees.
No, I get that. But who's gonna? Basically, what I'm trying to say is who's gonna go? Who would want to go to Who would want to go to GameStop, order a game? It'd be more on eBay versus going on. I'm fucking that whole thing up. Go on GameStop, order a game from GameStop, and then versus going to eBay, ordering on eBay, which is $10, maybe $15 cheaper on eBay.
Probably. Yeah, but
The only
that's
thing you're
like
getting from
here's the thing though.
GameStop is
That's
that you're guaranteed to get the game, and someone's not going to screw you over on eBay.
but Michael,
That's the only thing you're getting.
that's like saying, why is the Puma sneakers $60 at Foot Locker as opposed to $20 at Walmart? You're pretty much saying the same thing there.
Yeah, why wouldn't you go to Walmart to get it?
Because it's probably a better quality, and they probably took care of it, even though the one I bought from GameStop was broken. But that's besides the point.
And so we go back to this whole thing again.
All right,
At least the game's tested and working properly when you buy it from somebody. You're just not guaranteed to get it.
Well, you really don't know that either, because eBay is still the Wild West.
I'm just saying you're not guaranteed to get something off of eBay. That's all I'm saying. Like, you could order something and you never know if you're actually going to get it. You can get your money back, but
I can just here's the thing. I can just give it back to GameStop and they can give me my $60 back, which they did. On eBay, you don't know if they're going to give you your money back.
they have to. You can actually file a. I've actually had to deal with a few of them. You have to actually they file something through eBay, and eBay's forces you to give your money back. Whether or not you're in the wrong or the right, then you have to go through a whole bunch of other loops to get your money back, as long as you are in the right, and there's a whole bunch of stuff for it. But yeah, you can get your money
what
back.
if after that person sells that game, what happens if that person shuts their store down? Like they just shut the store down. What happens then?
I have no idea. I've never actually heard of that happening.
Exactly. I've heard of it happening a couple times.
Okay, I haven't.
Yeah. All right.
So,
do we want to move on?
we can. Oh,
yeah. We've been on this topic for like 40 minutes.
Muted his mic.
Yeah, and I mean, we can easily move on. I mean, the next biggest thing in gaming that we had was Telltale having a major layoff as well and opening up their new company.
Yeah,
Telltale's back, baby.
Telltale pretty much went away. They pretty much closed the doors, and now they're coming back.
They canceled all future titles so far until they can get back up and running with a new one.
Yeah.
Here's a Walking Dead video game coming to you.
No, they actually ended the Walking Dead series.
Walking Dead is done. If anything, we're going to get a
glad.
Wolf Among Us 2 and
I hate the
Batman.
Walking Dead. Wolf Among Us. I actually enjoyed Wolf Among Us. I didn't say that right. The Wolf Among Us. I enjoyed watching it on YouTube, but I didn't care to actually play it. But watching someone play it was actually very entertaining.
That was with most of the things with Telltale games. They weren't really fun to play, but they were fun to watch a content creator play it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So as
Also, but
reported,
Craftersforge had his mic muted, so we're in the Telltale. I don't know how much you know about that.
Yeah, no, I was just checking in. My bad, guys. I'm still
No,
listening.
you're good.
Yeah.
I had to
Yeah,
go say
so-
night to my my girl.
Hands down, I mean, Telltale is one of the best story written games out there.
Oh,
right now.
I agree.
oh
I
yeah,
100% agree.
Which, I mean, in a world of multiplayer right now, it's hard to get a good narrative script from any game anymore.
Yeah, because it's
How
all
many-
100% multiplayer.
Didn't-
If you don't have multiplayer, you might as well just not even come out.
Didn't The Walking Dead season 1 like win Game of the Year?
Multiple years in a row.
Yeah, when it was like going up against like AAA titles,
Like Call of
Yeah.
Duty and
huger
Halo.
companies.
Yes.
Absolutely. And,
I think
you know,
I think an Arkham game came out that year.
Wasn't that the Batman game that didn't work on PC?
yeah.
That was Arkham Asylum. That was a while ago.
It worked on everything else, but PC was just like, nah. I don't want to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
so-
I play an MMO, and honestly, it has a really, really good storyline. However, you can blow through it pretty quick. And then that you focus more on the multiplayer after you finish the story.
Yeah, that was most games in the Xbox 360 era.
Well, I
I
played
miss
Final
Xbox
Fantasy
360.
14 on PS4.
Yeah.
I say I miss the Xbox
'Cause, like,
360 era.
I remember the era when every big like solo game tried to add a multiplayer, like Assassin's Creed, even though Assassin's Creed multiplayer was great.
Assassin's Creed multiplayer, depending on the game, was good.
The one where you
Unity was a big fail.
the one where you hunted people down and killed them was the good one. Well, you didn't like Assassin's Creed
Oh,
multiplayer?
I
didn't like
lost
the
all
Unity
connection to
multiplayer.
what just went on. I don't know if Craig picked that up or not.
Oh, did I cut out?
I cut out. I had lost. Like you guys were still talking. Like you guys popped in talking.
No, we heard
And-
you. We heard you.
No, well, I didn't start talking until after you guys like started saying something again in my mic. So I don't know if I cut out. So I don't know if that fucks up Craig or not.
No, Craig's fine.
Okay. Okay. But
Alright. Yeah. So Polygon reported that the new Telltale Game Studio will be run by James Audley and Brandon Waddle. Audley was the founder and CEO of Galaxy Pest Control, worked with such licensed properties as Duck Dynasty and Power Rangers, while
I
Waddle
hate
had
Duck Dynasty.
We're not here to talk about that, Michael.
You brought it up. I hate Duck Dynasty. It's so stupid.
It's like Honey
Okay.
Boo Boo to me.
How do you
Okay,
guys feel
continue,
about Duck
Never been
Dynasty?
into it.
It's terrible. It's the dumbest thing to ever
Tell me how you real feel.
come on TV.
Waddle, the other guy, Waddle, had previously run sales and marketing for the Havoc game engine, which I don't. What games were ran on the Havoc engine?
Oh my
Was it
god!
like
Why? Why would you ask that, David? There's quite a few games that are run on the Havoc engine that I can't
Is it
think
a
of
lot?
at the top of my. Yes.
Yeah. So this new company will pretty much retain the rights to Wolf Among Us and Batman, which it looks like those are the only two rights they're going to retain
I'll find it.
for games. I think they're also trying to get the rights back for Borderlands and Game of Thrones and Guardians of the Galaxy and Minecraft. So,
Which is going to be kind of hard because, you know, moving into this new company, their funding is going to be kind of short. I do understand that they're
All right, so
bringing
David,
a lot of them.
Michael, stop.
do
Hold
you
on.
want? Oh, I was
Oh,
gonna say, do you
I
want
do
the list
understand
of
that
games that
bringing
work
in-
on the Havoc engine?
No.
You sure?
No. Rain, what were you saying?
I mean, I do understand what they're going with. They're taking a lot of the old Telltale writers and, you know, and they're going to make them freelancers, so they don't have to pay them straight off the back. But the issue is, you still have a large startup, and you know, going to these companies trying to acquire the rights again, they're like, oh, we don't have a lot of money right now, but we want these.
Yeah.
It's not going to look great on in their hands.
Well, I don't. Why
Actually,
don't they
David.
just hold on? Let me finish my statement.
Go ahead.
Why don't they just go to Netflix, because like Netflix is on a big, huge like interactive content thing right now with the Black Mirror movie that came
The
out
Black
last year.
Bandersnatch, and if you haven't watched it, it's phenomenal.
Yeah, go do yourself a favor and watch that movie. It's fantastic.
And now
What
they
is it?
have a Man
Yeah.
vs. Wild.
Yeah, that one's trash. Don't watch that one.
What
Well,
Alright.
movie?
I completely agree. You're just trying to survive, and I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I completely agree with you. It'd be great for Telltale to pair up with Netflix.
Yeah, and they
For
just
them to make
create
more
interactive
interactive
content for them. Because they already did for Minecraft Story Mode. Like, Minecraft Story Mode is on Netflix.
Yeah.
I want to go back to what I was gonna do, real quick.
Yeah.
David, you want to actually hear a couple of the games that might surprise you that's on the Havoc engine?
Yeah, sure.
Assassin's Creed,
Oh,
Banjo
okay.
Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, Bioshock,
the bad
Bioshock
one.
2. Hold on. Yeah, the bad one. Halo ODST is on.
I thought they
the
had their
Havoc
own engine.
Destroy All Humans 1 and 2 is on there. DJ Hero is on there.
DJ Hero! I think most of the Hero games ran off.
007 is on there. 007 From Russia with Love.
Oh,
Halo
so
3. Actually,
not
Halo
GoldenEye.
Halo is used on the Havoc engine quite a bit.
Not anymore. I don't think. I think it's on its own engine.
Hold on, I'm still scrolling through to see any surprises that are on.
All right.
There's a lot of games.
Can we move on from this one?
Yeah, go ahead. But yeah,
Yeah.
there was actually there was just a couple surprises on there that I didn't expect to be ran on the Havoc engine.
Yeah, so they really should just jump on board with Netflix and try to do that. Because why wouldn't they? Netflix would probably be like, yes, considering they're in a giant content war with Disney and now Warner Media with HBO Max coming out next year. And
That would be smart.
the new NBC Universal thing that got announced a couple weeks ago. There's going to be like 10 streaming services coming out within the next
But you don't even
year
have
to
to
2
do an
years.
interactive thing. Just go through the story mode.
Well, they want content that is unique and different. Like Bandersnatch is completely like it's a great experience.
How would you make?
Especially if you watch it with a group of friends.
But
Like,
how
if
would you
you're gonna
make
watch that movie,
Netflix
do it with
interactive?
friends.
They already have.
They already have with Bandersnatch. Have you not watched Bandersnatch?
No.
You should. You should sit down with some people and watch it because it's pretty fun.
Truthfully, I watched it myself and I had a great time. I mean, I am a huge fan of the Black Mirror series in general, and I'm talking about like diehard fan watching, everything I can because it's a futuristic Twilight.
Yeah, it's even better than the new Twilight series that came out. Like,
Twilight's dumb.
Twilight Zone, Michael, not Twilight.
Oh.
I mean, truthfully, I mean, just like Twilight Zone, anything. I love futuristic. I mean, I am not the biggest Star Wars fan at all, and I know I'll get hate for that. But I am a huge Star Trek fan because I love the science.
I love Star Trek.
I mean, dude, I am super stoked for the new season. They already got Picard back. They got,
Oh man.
Oh yeah, Star Trek Picard. That looks like it's gonna be pretty much about the people who
Riker's
were
coming
Borgs,
back.
right?
Sorry guys, I like Star Wars.
Oh, that's all right. I'm more into Star Wars than Star Trek. I'm with you on this one.
The reason I don't like Star Wars is it's a little too fantasy for me.
Yeah, it's a little too samurai fantasy. I get that.
Which it's
I like
not
them
that
both.
it's not necessarily samurai fantasy. It's just, there's not a lot of science going into Star Wars. It's a lot of just it works.
Well, if you go and listen to like Neil deGrasse Tyson has a couple things on that, like a few the hyperspace thing in Star Wars is exactly how that would work. But he has had some gripes with other stuff, but yeah.
I'm not getting into a conversation with that guy, but let's go.
But
Neil deGrasse Tyson? Why?
I don't like him.
Why? Why? What did he do to you?
he's one of the greatest minds of our generation.
Probably.
But he's also one of the greatest minds of this generation. I'm not getting into a gaming podcast. No, I'm not getting. No, let's just go. Let's
Yeah, but I mean,
in a
I'm
geek
super
podcast,
excited
we're not
for,
getting into it.
Picard to come back. Super excited for Riker because I love this new season of Star Trek. However, there were a few. To me, they did
Trek
the
Discovery.
Klingons completely wrong in this new series, but it's going back to its roots. So
the new Star Trek show on Discovery also looked a little low rent to me. Like it looked like
I'm not into the movies.
you're not into the movies.
No, I've never been into the movies.
Just to interrupt, Mega Man wanted to tell you this is all false.
What is all false?
Everything is false. He wanted me to throw that in there when I called him earlier if he was going to make a podcast. So I'm throwing it in there. There you go.
Michael King is throwing things that don't make sense to what we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so Craftersforge, what do you think about all of the Telltale dying, coming back to life, and maybe working with Netflix?
What is the Telltale? Like the Telltale Games?
The
Yeah,
Telltale
Telltale
Game
Games.
Studios, yeah.
I've only played like the Borderlands one and a little bit of the Batman one back when it came out, but I don't know. I think it would be kind of interesting. I guess. I mean,
I didn't even know they made a
why
Batman
not?
one.
Why not? I mean,
I'm just saying that Borderlands Telltale game had probably the best fight scene out of anything I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's considered the best one, right? The Borderlands one, because like it upgrades a lot.
They still hold true to The Walking Dead season 1 being the top best. But like I said,
well, I mean, from just being not just being a point and click game.
Yeah. I also played the Walking Dead. That's the one. The other one that I played.
But that finger gun scene, I can laugh at for 16 hours straight.
I don't even know what you're talking. I haven't played the Borderlands one. I've only played the.
There's a
This would be a conversation between Rain and Craftersforge.
They go into a compound full of business people, and he has a giant finger gun fight with grenades and rocket launchers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's a giant boss fight with just finger guns. And then just going.
He's like finger banging. Sorry.
But yeah, I mean, I completely agree. Telltale would do great with Netflix at this point in time.
Yeah, it's like, why not? Bring it back. Why not?
Because the thing is, I guarantee they could make more money going through Netflix than they would anywhere else.
Oh yeah, especially right now. Even if they didn't go with Netflix, like try to get Warner Media or NBC Universal or one of the 10 other streaming services that are starting up right now. And be like, hey, we want to give you interactive content to compete with everybody else. Like I don't think they're
honestly. When David told me that Telltale was coming back, I was like, wait, Telltale's coming back? They're relevant again?
Well, they went bankrupt earlier this year.
I didn't. Well, I didn't know about the whole bankruptcy thing. I just thought they went completely irrelevant after the Borderlands thing, and I never heard anything. I didn't know they made a Batman one, and then this is a lot of news to me. I thought Telltale was long gone and never to come back.
All right, do we want to move on to the next thing?
I just personally
I want to talk about Dragon Ball Z.
No, what were you saying?
Oh wait, hold on.
What were you saying?
Some of them were just a little too short, I thought.
Yeah, they were definitely too short. Like an episode would be like 2 hours of playtime.
Yeah, like have an extra, like, I don't know, for like the Borderlands, have some other like side missions or something. Make it a little bit longer. Something, I don't know.
Yeah.
Now, I actually have to make my leave before we talk about Dragon Ball Z, and that's good because I don't know anything about Dragon Ball Z. But I should be a regular attendant on the podcast if y'all have me. So Saturdays are a really good time for me. So.
All right, we'll do. They'll probably be more around 7 o'clock or maybe even the afternoon on Saturday.
Okay, perfect.
Late at night.
Probably closer to the end of Saturday would be my better time. But, keep me updated. Weymouth, give me a shout out whenever this is over.
And I will see you guys next week.
All right.
Mega Man.
Do you want to wait before you go, Rain? Do you want to give out any
what?
shout outs to your socials?
No, I'm here.
Do you want to give any shout outs to your socials or anything? If you can hear what I'm saying.
So currently I don't have any socials. I just run the Evolution of Gaming Twitch account right now. So if you want to follow an Evolution of Gaming Twitch to hear me more talk, play Final Fantasy or Apex or even Remnant right now is a hot game for me. So,
Remnant.
Yeah, before I leave, actually, if you guys haven't tried Remnant, I would definitely give it a shot. It's an indie game, only $40. It's a little short, but the replayability factors there really challenging and really good narration.
What kind of game is it?
It's kind of like Dark Souls almost.
Is it kind of like Hollow Knight, like a platforming game, or no?
No. It's Dark Souls open world boss kind of fights.
Oh, okay.
But it's with guns and.
Oh, okay, that's different.
So, not Bloodborne-esque, but guns are relied on a lot more heavily than melee. So, boss fights are pretty fun too. So.
All right. So we can find you on what's the gamer tag or the tag for it? Evolution of Gaming Inc.
Evolution of Gaming Inc.
Yeah, Evolution of Gaming Inc.
And you stream every Sunday?
I do stream Sundays, and I try getting some here and there throughout the week, but I don't have guarantees except Sundays.
Okay.
And then obviously
Saturday
you can find me on PSN at Perrywinkle2111 if you want to hit me up and play sometime.
All right.
You guys have a great night. See you next week.
See you, Rain. All
So
right.
is Dragon Ball Z our last topic or the PlayStation 5?
Rain actually skipped the PlayStation 5 thing. I think it's because it's kind of sandwiched in there. Like it didn't send right. Did you say Mega Man's coming in?
He might be. He's asked if we're still doing a podcast.
Let's talk about PlayStation 5 before he comes in here.
If he comes in here.
All right.
Well,
so, reported earlier this week, Sony's PlayStation 5 dead kit design is apparently leaked, and it looks really dumb. Let me drop this in the chat.
I see it.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about it. I've been out of the loop for gaming for a long time.
This is bad.
It does look, but this is also just a dev kit, though. This is not an actual console. It's just a dev kit.
Are you putting that in the general chat, David?
See if I can even do it.
I'll just send the picture to.
Oh yeah.
What I just screenshotted. That's the dev kit. I just sent it to you on Facebook, Thomas.
I just put it in the general chat. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah, that does not look great.
I like the blue. That's about it. I like the blue lights. That's about it.
Yeah, it has like 8 million fans on it too. Like, does it require that much power that it has to blow out so many?
Is that gonna levitate and like take off or something?
Maybe.
It's a little drone.
This thing better float when I turn it on.
Is it gonna sit in the middle of your room and just float there, like a hovercraft?
Yeah.
The first hovering console, video game console.
I'd be hell yeah, I'd do that. No, that's crazy, man. It's crazy.
This has also pretty much been confirmed as well that this is what the dev kit looks like, because a developer.
That's basically what the console's gonna look like.
No, the dev kit I don't think the dev kits usually look like how the console looks, but if it does look like that,
honestly,
I'd
buy it just to have that console. just to have
the only
it.
thing I have to say.
Like,
I'm a console collector, but oh man.
Oh, Mega Man's asking how to
join. Is it supposed to be like like you just download everything? I don't see anywhere where you put like a CD or a drive or anything.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be a disk drive in this.
Or is everything going to be like the Switch, like the little chip,
Yeah, we have the chips in it.
I might mute my mic, David, to call Mega Man real quick.
Okay.
He's in the chat. He said how to join. How do I
don't think he
join?
understands how to join. How to do that. I think he's on his phone. He doesn't have a computer. I think he's on his phone like Rain was.
How does that even work on the phone?
You just hit the button, join the chat.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So a developer pretty much came out after this came out and be like, "Yep, that's the dev kit. I have about 8 of them. I have about 8 of them in my office." And then about 2 hours after that tweet went out, his entire Twitter went dark. Like it went down. It doesn't exist anymore. You can't even find him on Twitter anymore.
Y'all started hovering.
Yeah, the Sony ninjas got him.
Yeah.
All right, Michael, do we want to wait for Mega Man to talk about Dragon Ball?
Yeah, just wait a minute.
Okay.
Keep on talking about this.
So I don't know what else to say about this. I think
I don't know either, man. Like, where do you plug it in? Is that the only picture that they have? Just the front.
These are 3D
even?
renders of the schematics that leaked. I'll actually send the picture.
Say goodbye.
What does it say on the label? I can't see it.
What does it
I
say
can't
on
see that label.
Yeah, like
Lens something?
Oh, there we go.
Let's go digital. I think that might just be the link.
So everything is going to be all download. So that's what
There's Mega Man.
I think that's what they're saying right there.
Yeah, so it probably will be all digital.
Yeah.
Mega Man, we're talking about the PS4.
PS5.
The PS5 and the dev kit. That picture that's in chat, what do you think of it?
The picture in the chat?
Hold on, let me send another picture in the chat.
Copy. Are you talking about the one that looks like it's the pretzel slide or whatever the hell it's called, where you put the picture in and you click the button and you look at the light?
Oh, look, there's another one.
Yeah, there's another one right there. That's the front of the console.
What did you just?
That looks like my wireless router right there.
It looks like that toy one where... Yeah, exactly.
What shape did you say though?
I thought it looked like that toy from back in the 90s where it looks like
Kaleidoscope?
Yeah, kaleidoscope.
Oh, a kaleidoscope.
Oh, it does look like a kaleidoscope.
Oh my god. Hey, Mega Man, I gotta say one thing.
What's up?
You failed again. You forgot to capitalize EOG.
Yeah, you forgot to capitalize EOG in your name.
You know what? Fuck you. I don't care. I'm different.
Are we done making fun of the
Well, hold on. This second picture looks like my router.
It
looks like my router.
It looks almost like my router if it stands up on its side.
Is this thing also supposed to stand up on its? I know this is just.
I want this to be the console. I would buy this if this was the console.
I would buy the PlayStation Kaleidoscope.
I would buy this. PlayStation, make this your console. I will buy it. I will leave Xbox and come to you right now.
This is also a schematic, but like by the schematic, how is it supposed to stand on its own?
Oh, that's the front and back. All right, cool.
That's what the fans are for, David.
Yeah, it just floats in the air.
It hovers, man. It hovers.
That's how it works.
Hovers in the air.
Oh, that's great. Oh, and if anybody doesn't know, Mega Man just joined our podcast, replaced Rain Mastery. He's echoing, but that's fine.
I can't help it. I'm using my Bluetooth headset to talk to you guys, and I got family over too, so.
Nah, you're good. It's fine.
My niece is chilling on my lap watching me play around in the training on Rocket League. It's pretty fun. She's having a heyday.
Nah, you're good, Mega Man. That's fine. You're here. You made it, so that's good.
Do we want to move on from the kaleidoscope?
I guess
we're still making fun of the kaleidoscope.
It looks like
I want this console though. I really want it. Like,
I want that router.
What is
router's mine.
Router.
That's a router?
It looks like a router.
That's
something
great.
like Dr. Disrespect would have.
Yeah. Holy shit. Okay.
All right,
we're moving on.
let's
We're
move
going
on
to Dragon Ball Z.
We're talking about the Dragon Ball Z controversy. So, this article was posted on Saturday, which was the 30th. So apparently, leaked voiceover recordings from the anime production company Funimation. It allegedly has leaked voice. Apparently, most of the main actors saying things. What?
So saying David, never mind. I was cutting you off by accident.
So pretty much, most of the main voice actors, like Sean Semmel, are saying homophobic, incestuous, and overall offensive jokes in the voice actor, in the character's voice. So imagine what?
So
You're
can you
cutting
like?
out.
No, I just cut him off. But can you like put this in the general chat and like everybody can watch it and see what we're all talking about?
Yeah,
Basically.
I can find the video.
So what is this, a new anime that's coming out?
No,
Yeah,
Dragon Ball Z.
I mean, it's
they're with all new
movie.
character voices.
Oh,
No, it's the people who have done the voices for years, and apparently this is a leaked audio session.
And they're being like
Alright.
very derogatory, and supposedly it's going to affect like the Dragon Ball Super stuff that's going to come out.
Shit. That's not.
I haven't even seen this like whole thing, but David has.
I didn't even
Yeah,
know about
I
it.
stumbled upon it on YouTube. Let's put this in here. So if you guys want to watch that, I think that has the voice recordings in it.
All right, I'm gonna watch it right now.
Alright,
I haven't watched it yet.
I'll
Like
check it out real quick.
It has Sean Semmel, the voice of Goku, in
Which is a
Goku's
big
voice,
guy.
dropping dropping an insensitive term for a homosexual that starts with an F multiple times.
Oh, man.
There's a clip of Chi-Chi that sounds like she's having sex with Gohan.
Fucking 3.5 hours long. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I was thinking like 30 minutes.
Can you mute your mic for a minute?
Yep.
Me?
Yeah.
Alright, give me a sec. I gotta jump back in the Discord because I was watching the video.
I think I can find a shorter video.
Yeah, you might need to find it. This is like 3 hours long.
Yeah, it's like 3.5 hours long.
Okay.
I was like, holy shit.
I just opened the one that was on the IGN.
Mayman, you can unmute your mic whenever you had to say something.
I know how it is having kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I also have family over too, so their kids are here too. And in a little while, I'm going to be doing some tattoo work.
Nice.
Nice.
I also did a new canvas for that I'll show you guys afterwards.
Nice. Oh, Megman, you actually would get along with Craftersforge. He does. He paints miniatures.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll hit you up for some ideas or something.
Yeah.
And we're waiting on David.
I found this earlier.
It's fine. You're the one that's editing this.
Yeah, I know. Where is it?
Oh, I forgot to mute my mic again.
Hey, you're good, Megman. It's
Hold on.
10-1. This whole part is going to be cut out anyway.
So what are you trying to look for? A shorter one?
I'm trying to look for the video I found. I just stumbled upon it on YouTube after I read the article.
Oh.
Like I was on YouTube on my TV and I stumbled upon it.
Oh man.
Why don't you just
voice actor? Voice actor leak audio. Oh, here it is. I found it. Oh, stop.
And this one's 6.5 hours.
No, it's 5 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just messing.
6.5 hours. David, we don't have that long to record.
I know. There it is. It's pretty much all of the stuff.
All right, I'm gonna watch it right now.
Oh boy. These are the voice actors? I didn't hear your voice at all, David.
It sounds like Sean Shovel to me. It sounds like Sean Shovel's Goku to me.
This is Yamcha.
Yeah, Pope.
Wait.
Are you already Yamcha? Yamcha's like a minute in. The video starts with Goku.
Oh, no, for some reason mine started way in the beginning. Okay, never mind.
I'm gonna mute my mic and watch this because I already watched all of it. I mean,
I feel
Well, I'm gonna talk turn the thing, but that doesn't sound right for Krillin. Not Hercule. I am on Gohan.
All right. Well, I popped in and said hi and gave you guys a good thing. I got family here, so I really can't talk that much longer. So.
All right, see you later, my way. Thanks for coming.
Yep. Have a good night. I'll see you after the podcast, Mike.
You still gonna be online?
Yeah, I'll be online.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. David.
yo,
I'm uncomfortable.
so am I. You got to the Yamcha part.
Yes, I got to the Yamcha part. I am very uncomfortable. I don't know how much I believe that though.
I don't, because once you get to the Yamcha part, it doesn't sound like Yamcha.
But it didn't sound like Krillin.
It is. I haven't really listened a lot to the new Krillin voice actor, so it doesn't sound like him to me. But it could
It doesn't sound like Krillin at all. I don't know how much I believe this whole thing.
Yeah, it does sound like Goku though. It does sound like Sean.
Yeah, but Goku's voice is so easy to do. A lot of people can do it.
Or you can get
that's
you
true.
can always get go online and get the bots. Like I remember getting the Arnold Schwarzenegger and doing a whole bunch of talking through his voice through the program that program.
And
Yeah.
but
They
you
could probably
remember
do something like that. Maybe.
David said something about seeing it done recording like a live recording. I still don't believe that.
Apparently it's a leaked audio session. So when people go in to record lines, they record the whole audio session, even the lines that they're not recording, the lines that aren't being used.
Yeah,
I don't know how much I believe this.
I used to do audio engineering, and we'd record the whole session and then cut out the fattier parts and then split it up. That's how I do it.
But is this legal for this guy to do? Apparently he says it was to leak this audio.
Yeah, does he have any correlation to Funimation?
He said he used to work for Funimation.
So he doesn't anymore. So his contract his contract's up, so he doesn't have to hold back from anything. It's just like a lot of places, unless you have a 5-year agreement or whatever,
or a non-compete or something stupid like that.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, but do you think this could have anything to do with the whole?
I think it has 100% to do with
the Kick Vic thing from earlier last year.
Oh, Kikovic? Oh no, I didn't know. I thought it had. I was talking about the whole Super being delayed. I think it has 100% to do with that, though.
The English dub would have nothing to do with that.
That's true, but I don't know.
I think this would have more to do with the whole Vic, the person who plays Broly, last year with the whole controversy of him getting accused of sexual allegations against him. Do you think this have anything to do with that? Like these two things could be correlated?
No,
Oh shit! I didn't even know about this.
I don't think it
Yes.
has anything. It would be two separate issues.
Yeah, I get.
But I have no idea about that whole thing that you're talking about. So, but I would.
Yeah.
If
So the voice actor who played Broly last year, he was accused of sexual allegations against people who worked at Funimation, and he pretty much got shit canned from every voice acting job he worked for, even like every voice acting thing he does with Funimation and Rooster Teeth and every other company he works for.
So
And
they pretty much screwed his name then. So he can
pretty
never,
much, yeah.
Yeah. So they fucked up his whole career.
Yeah, and it's still highly contested if it's even true or not. But within the voice acting and anime community, it's still highly contested if it was even a real thing. Like if the allegations were even true.
Right.
Or if it was just a hit job, which this could also be too. This could very well be a hit job.
Yeah.
I would have to see more like damning evidence of it, because you could copy a voice actor easy. Just look at Dragon Ball Z Abridged. All of them guys could almost do their voices easy, like almost like if we were watching Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, like the Cell voice actor is almost perfect.
So
that.
I would have to see more damning evidence of
I would
being them.
I would need to see, because they also record video sometimes when they do audio sessions. I would want to see the video of them doing this.
I would have to see video, like Sean Shamel being recorded in video saying this, and you'd have to match his lips up with what's being said.
Yeah,
I would have to put like the anime that I'm watching and this next to each other in my video editor and play them simultaneously and see if like they actually sound the same. If there's any like delays or any echoes or anything that you can notice like somebody tampered with the audio.
Yeah, because in a world that exists now of deep fakes and everything else now, how do we know this is 100% real? Like this person could just be saying they work at Funimation. We don't know for sure they work.
But he could have worked at Funimation, and he's butthurt at the fact that he doesn't work there anymore for whatever reason, and saying, "Here you go, let's fuck the whole thing over."
And as far as I know,
clickbait.
Yeah, it could be. It could just be a hit piece. He could just be trying to take these people down.
Yeah, or clickbait. He just wants views.
Yeah, that
because it's on YouTube. You know.
Yeah, he did a 3-hour live stream on YouTube.
Oh man.
Because as far as I know, we never saw his contract with Funimation. We have no real. We don't know for sure that he worked there. I don't think Funimation has said anything about this, as far as I know.
I haven't seen anything, or I haven't noticed anything, but I haven't been looking hard for it. First I heard of it was when you brought it up to me, and I was just like, "Oh, well, that's fucked up."
So when did this actually take place?
This news story broke August 30th, which was 2 days ago. And when things are pretty damning, companies usually respond right away.
Yeah, and Funimation hasn't said anything that I know of, unless there's something on Twitter, or they haven't even said anything on their Facebook, like at all.
Yeah, I looked up Funimation response to leaks, and nothing's coming up. It's just news stories about the leak.
10-1, I'm saying we lost Craftersforge.
Yeah, he dropped out. He can probably rejoin.
But yeah, 10-1, this is.
Did you drop?
PC just
PC just power down?
No, the Discord did.
Oh, okay. So Discord crashed on you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So final thoughts on this? Michael just went off to the bathroom. So what? Final thoughts?
On this, like I said, you never know because you said you found it on YouTube, like it was in your news feed.
Yeah. So I saw the news story on IGN, and apparently this person had a whole lot, like the whole 3-hour video I just sent into the thing.
Yeah.
Apparently that was a live stream of him showing everything, and then I stumbled upon this on YouTube afterwards.
So this was his live stream on YouTube.
Yeah, this is where that audio is coming from. Yes.
Oh, okay. So yeah, see, it could be just like somebody out there just trying to get views and subscribers, or maybe it's just a troll. You never know.
Yeah.
I see this stuff all the time. And it's just
Yeah.
like,
in a world of Me Too stuff and deep fakes,
All right.
you don't know for sure if this is real or not. Like, you can't know for sure unless you see literal video. And as far as I know, I don't think any of the actors have come out and said anything about it. So that could be damning the other way, that they haven't come out and said anything about this.
Right. Exactly.
Well,
but if it just happened,
you would think the actors would come out and defend themselves.
I give it another like couple of days, and I guarantee you'll start seeing a little bit more about this.
Yeah, I give it after
if it is true. If it's a big fake, then I don't know.
I don't even think a lot of the big Dragon Ball YouTubers are covering this. I don't think Geekdom 101 or anybody has covered this. Let me go to his channel.
Probably not. Even the channel that actually was pretty close with us hasn't covered it.
Yeah, no, he hasn't said anything about Geekdom 101 hasn't said anything about this. So I would wait until official statements or anything comes out, or this might just even get brushed under the rug like it never happened, which I could also see that happen.
I could see that happening too.
So wait, that first video you posted, David, that's the guy that
that's the full live stream.
So that's the guy that says he was a part of it?
Yeah, Rekitia Law on YouTube.
So he could have faked this whole thing.
He could have.
Which
yeah.
I don't even.
Could have.
I don't want to say it, but
yeah,
I don't even understand the whole big deal about this whole thing. It's just voices. Who the fuck cares?
Yeah, but it's them using characters
in a
that
derogatory way.
But it's in a derogatory way. Apparently, Sean Stummel has done stuff like this before with the Berserker. There was Berserker audio stuff that came out where he was doing the same kind of stuff. So you don't. I read that somewhere. I don't even know where I read that. But
the way I think of it, it's a TV show. Who the hell cares what they do outside of the TV show?
Well, but they're using the characters' voices.
I get that.
That they don't own to say derogatory things. I mean, to be fair, they didn't think this was going to come out, but they shouldn't be saying them anyway. Like, they shouldn't be doing this stuff anyway, even if this is real.
Right.
I don't think it's real. Because why would they? Why would anybody at Funimation allow this to be recorded?
I'm just saying saying that it is real. Like, they shouldn't be doing this if it is.
No, but especially not under like Funimation's like time and whatever that they're using to record these things. But what I'm saying, if they do it outside of whatever, who should care? It's their own life. Do whatever you want.
Yeah, right. I can see that. But apparently, there's rumors out there now that if this is real, Toei is probably going to pull the Dragon Ball Z license from Funimation. And that would be
probably why you haven't heard anything from Funimation yet, is because they're working with them to not pull Dragon Ball.
They're working with Toei to see if this is real or not.
Dragon Ball is like been the biggest thing for Funimation.
Dragon
Ball got Funimation off the ground, basically.
They're probably trying to build like a case or something, get more evidence before all this shit blows up.
That's probably why you haven't heard anything from Dragon Ball, but from Funimation. Because if you look, Dragon Ball is the reason why Funimation got off the ground. It's the biggest thing that they have. they have a bunch of animes now that are huge, but Dragon Ball has like been what has basically been their baby since they've been around.
Right.
Yeah.
They were a very small company when Dragon Ball came about, so now they're a huge company. So they basically don't want to lose the license to Dragon Ball.
Yeah. Yeah, and if this is real, we'll probably see a court case about this within the next couple of weeks or months. Even though the guy does say this is all legal and he can do this because it's journalism technically.
Well, there's nothing illegal for him to do it, but there would still be. You could sue anybody over anything.
Yeah,
Funimation could sue us if they really wanted to over talking about this.
that's true.
Sure.
Yeah,
So
I don't know.
My name is Habib Edmund.
I doubt you're gonna be sued. It's gonna be on our channel, so we'd be taking the brunt.
Yeah.
So you should be good.
My name is Forge Crafts on YouTube.
Yeah. But no, I was gonna say, yeah, 16 years ago, I remember back when I was in a band, I was going around touring and everything, and one of my buddies showed me this thing. It was like the craze of the Pokemon boom, pretty much, and like somebody made a Pokemon like YouTube video clip of like their intro and like saying all their names, but turning them all like into like sexual names and stuff like that. Like,
oh yeah, I remember that.
It was crazy. I can't remember it. I've been trying to show my wife it, and I was just like, man, I remember this stuff back in the day, and you know, it was funny back then because you know.
But now it's just more.
But now
everything gets taken seriously.
Yeah, exactly. Like everybody is just so they get butthurt, you know.
Yeah, everyone's really uptight about this kind of stuff now.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
everyone thinks it's a derogatory kind of way. Like we don't know that he, like Sean Selma was saying this stuff derogatory. He could just be saying it to just say it. Like you don't know. You know, he again, he shouldn't be saying this stuff anyway, but he could just be saying it to say it.
Well, like,
but you can take it from anything, even like
they have in the studio back when I was recording and stuff. Like, we'd be all serious and we'd be in the studio for 8 hours straight, and like how we'd unwind. Like, we're not racist by any means, and like we're gonna go leave out of state and start touring and all this stuff. And somebody said, you know, don't like be saying the stuff like you guys usually say. It's not me. It's usually the other members of the band, but they would say the N word. And like,
yeah,
it's like us in our recordings. We record for an hour or so.
Yeah, and it's just like I wasn't part of it. I felt uncomfortable, but it's like my whole band members would say it and stuff. And it could be just something like that, like just to let loose and just have fun with your guys. Like
get said, and,
like we don't know the context of this either. We don't know, like if he was told, like, hey, like we want to get the, like, say as a voice actor you want to get range as a voice actor, so to do that you have to say certain things. Like we don't know what he was like. He could be saying these things to be like have a more angry Goku. Like you don't know,
or
like,
project his voice a little bit better.
Yeah, like you don't know why he's saying it.
You need to be able to say a certain line in a specific way, but I can't explain it.
or they could be drunk. You know, they just
that
done the whole like the movie. The movie's all done. And they just watched it and they're just like, let's celebrate. Somebody hits record on accident. You know? You never know.
Yeah.
But I don't believe it.
I don't buy this either. I don't
buy
until something comes out and either Funimation takes this guy to court or something. I don't buy any of this.
Yeah.
I think this guy's just trying to get his 5 minutes of fame.
Yeah,
exactly.
I think
or 3 hours of fame.
Yeah, clickbait, man. He just wanted subscribers. That's all he wanted.
This thing will probably be swept under the rug by the time Labor Day weekend is over.
But no big Dragon Ball YouTuber has said anything about this, and you think they would have by now.
I'd give it a week. I'd give it a week before we probably hear anything.
Yeah.
If not.
Yeah. All right. So I think we're gonna start winding down here. Michael, do you want to give any plugs to your socials and the eBay store?
The eBay store is hard to say because it has underscores.
Just do it.
Shit. Well, first of all, welcome back to our podcast that we are now bringing back. Thank Craftersforge for being in the video and joining us today. And our information will all be in the description along with Craftersforge stuff. If he has anything he wants to say, he can say it.
Yeah, thank you guys for letting me join you guys. It's my first time ever doing a podcast, and learning new things today.
Yeah, and it was a joy having you on, man. If you ever want to come back on again, we'll have an open seat for you.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, you have an open access to the Discord now, so I'll just message you whenever we get ready to do a podcast.
If you see any big stories about things you're interested in, just shoot over to us and be like, "Hey, I'd like to talk about this on a podcast." I'd totally open up the floor to you.
Oh, right on. I like that. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we definitely enjoyed you having on, and
I definitely had a blast.
All right, so and now to our shameless plugs. You can follow us. You can follow us on Facebook at Evolution of Gaming LLC. You can also join our Facebook group, which is just Evolution of Gaming. You can also hit subscribe on our YouTube channel. Just search Evolution of Gaming on YouTube. You should find it. It should be the 4th biggest channel if you go through your filters and go to channel. You can also follow me at Weymouth18. I'll probably be tweeting about this if I like these stories specifically if I see anything come up about it.
And our YouTube channel automatically gets tweeted out through a Twitter that we don't use anymore.
Yeah, at EOG Press. I need to figure out how to get a hold of that Twitter. Yeah, so oh yeah, shout out to some other YouTubers that we're friends with. Shout out to Winter House Gaming, who we also met at the convention. Shout out to Game Over Jesse, who I probably going to talk to about trying to get him on a podcast.
Who's Game Over Jesse?
Game Over Jesse is a Zelda YouTuber that I follow.
Is he a friend of yours?
No, but I can probably talk to him and probably get him on a podcast. So I'm just giving him a shout out because I like his content. And I follow him. All right. So that'll be it for tonight.
And Craftersforge. Don't be a dick, David.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Craftersforge. I'll shout him out when he's not here because we've been shouting him out the whole time. Yeah. But yeah, shout out to Craftersforge. Follow him on YouTube, Twitter, all that stuff. And if there's nothing else anyone would like to say, we'll have a good night.
How often do you stream Craftersforge?
So it varies pretty much. Before my PC,
just random.
Before my my laptop overheats. But I usually try to stream or upload on Wednesdays and Saturdays. So if you guys like to learn how to paint miniatures, improve by learning from my mistakes, go over to the Craftersforge and subscribe, like, and notification bell.
All right.
Thank you guys for letting me join tonight.
We've enjoyed having you on, so we'll have you on again soon. Hopefully.
Awesome. Definitely.
All right. Well, we will talk to everyone listening next Sunday because that's when the podcasts come out. Next Sunday, or if you just listen to the clips on YouTube.
When's this one coming out?
This one will probably come out Tuesday because we have a busy day tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So we're done recording. I got it. Michael, you got